Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Holy Comforter Episcopal Church YouTube Bible study. I'm Jimmy Abbott, the priest at Holy Comforter Episcopal Church in Spring, Texas. And I have a few thoughts and reflections for you on the gospel lesson for Sunday, November 8th. It's taken from Matthew chapter 25, verses 1 through 13. Now, it's important to put this passage into context. This is right in the middle of Jesus' fifth discourse. Remember, in the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus has 5 big teaching sections, and this is the fifth about the destruction of the temple and the things pertaining to the end, if you will. So in this parable, we have 5 bridesmaids who are foolish and 5 who are wise. The wise bridesmaids, of course, pack extra oil to keep their lamps trimmed so that they are ready when the groom arrives. Now, I think we might look at this and we could wonder, why don't the wise bridesmaids share their lamp or share their oil with the foolish ones? Why does there seem to be this animosity or this split? Why doesn't the Lord then open up the door and let them in later after they have purchased oil? I think, though, that I'm really drawn to that last sentence where Jesus says, "Keep awake, therefore, for you do not know the hour or the day." To me, that's the entire command of the gospel, is to keep awake, to stay alert. I think that as Christians, we can be lulled into a sense of complacency and laziness, into a spiritual sleep, if you will, as we are lured away from the gospel by all that the world has to offer. And I think really that's the whole point of this story, is a reminder to keep awake and to stay alert. Of course, all those other questions that I have raised about this parable are important. And I don't want to downgrade those, but to remind us that parables are meant to be illustrations. They are descriptive, not prescriptive. So I think that we can look at all that is going on in that passage and think about it theologically, historically, to remind ourselves that there is at this time growing tension between the Jews who were following Jesus and the Jews who weren't in the ancient synagogues. I think there was a sense of how the Christian community was supposed to live, knowing that there were sinners in their midst and that there were saints in their midst. I think this parable is trying to not answer those questions, but to provide some sort of framework for thinking about them. But again, I do think that the most important line there is verse 13, Jesus' command to keep awake. So I say the same to you, is to keep awake and stay alert. In all that you do every day, do not fall asleep. Do not let the world lull you to sleep, but stay awake for the gospel so that you are always ready to preach, to pray, and yes, even to die. Thank you so much for joining me. I would love to hear from you. You can send me an email or leave a comment here in the comment section. Thank you.